TV would have the countdown to a new music video.
And we're live. Okay.
We're live.
Hello,
We counted down
everyone.
from 100.
And welcome to Trivial. It's your bar trivia night in a podcast. We're covering pop culture, sports, current events, and everything else in the form of trivia questions.
That's right. Each week we hit you with 5 topics, and here's the catch. None of us know the answers ahead of time.
Not us, not our guest, Esteban, not even you. So we're all in it together. We'll throw out our best guesses, debate a bit, and probably embarrass ourselves before revealing the correct answer.
And if any of us cheat, we get our lawsuit thrown out that was against Blake Lively.
Ooh. Well, we could break this whole
Dude,
hour.
starting
You did
off
not
with a
know.
Blake
Gotcha.
You did not go
questions.
there.
Wow. Listen,
I just saw that a few hours ago, so I figured I'd bring it in.
it is the biggest news happening right now. I can think of nothing else.
Is it?
That's
You're in
true.
LA. Are people just people like on the street?
That's
you
all
pass
they're talking
by,
about in
talking
LA.
about it?
People are out on the streets because they are Team Lively. And I did not see that coming. But I do think Ryan Reynolds has a brand that extends to his spouse.
I think it's paid Mint Mobile protesters. You know what I'm
It's-
saying?
Yeah.
Every one of them got a free Boost mobile phone or however it works.
Someone's
have
on their
little
phone
signs.
sipping their aviation gin. and they're just
Aviation gin.
Bro, Tony, fuck you.
All the signs are like, you're paying too much for mobile. You're paying too much for mobile. Switch now. Yeah, it's good. It's good. No, listen. Team Eldoni, baby.
Josh, will you introduce our guest?
No, don't you dare. No, don't you dare move on
Really?
from that.
I won't.
Don't you
but-
dare move.
We talked a
didn't have-
little bit before we started, but I do not know who you are. I want to know
Yeah.
who you are.
That's fair.
Who are you? What are you doing
What are
here?
Oh, yeah. We got a
What are
Californian
you-
here.
Stuart. Hey everyone, my name is Esteban Gast. I'm in Los Angeles. I'm a comedian person.
I don't want to
And-
correct you. It's pronounced guest. You're our guest.
That's good.
Uh,
You know, Gast is German for guest. So in many ways, me being here is my namesake. It's living up to
It's
my family
fated.
legacy.
Yeah.
I did not know.
And Steve, we're meeting for the first time, right?
Are we supposed to?
I don't know.
Are we
Maybe
not
it's
supposed to
kinkier
talk about
that way.
the
It's
trips
just-
we went? We're not supposed to. Josh and I have made many videos together,
No way.
created many things. Yeah. In fact, we just made one released
Yeah,
a
Josh,
week ago.
You texted
Yeah.
me a video that I did not watch.
that was probably
Was it?
And you're guilty of not watching it,
I'm
but I'm guilty
sorry.
of subjecting my friends to the content I make all the
Yeah.
time. So it's okay. But it was really wonderful because it was one of those things where we just got coffee the morning of and we're like, this is funny. Let's do this. Let's walk your dog home. And then when night falleth, we're going to film for 90 minutes and it's going to look ridiculously good for just better than it should. You know,
Okay,
and those
so
are my favorite ones.
You are in
And
this
it really
video
worked
that
out.
he texted me.
Josh is in it. Josh
But
is
are
in it.
you in it? Esther?
I am.
Yeah.
I am in it. I am in it.
We are
Okay.
in it.
We 1, 2, 3.
He-
We.
So I outed
are in it.
myself as not
He
having.
concepted
seen
this,
the video.
and then
Dude, have
we
you-
brought it
have
into
you
reality in a day.
Even Googled me.
I saw.
That's
I watched the video.
No, I'm kidding. I don't.
I watched the
There's
video.
nothing. It just comes up.
Okay,
just
well, let
comes up.
me lead off with this first question while Alan watches our video.
Yep.
I'm
Yeah,
just
watch it
gonna go on mute.
live, but to yourself. Don't show the audience, and just go like, huh.
Is it it's a
That's
funny
you.
video?
You know why it looks so good?
What?
Connor Leonard Ruth.
Oh, yeah, you really butchered that. Connor Litteruth,
My favorite.
actually, who cuts
Connor
our
lighting.
clips,
Connor,
Alan. Alan
is a-
cuts our clips.
Who is
Connor.
incredible.
Yeah.
Wait,
And
really?
I hope he
Yeah.
sees this.
Oh,
Connor
shit.
Leonard.
Shout out to Connor.
Yeah, Connor's the
Yo.
he's so good.
He's got
He's-
the gift.
It's almost unfair.
Ask
It's
for him by
frustrating.
name, but don't tell too many people because he's too
Don't-
good. We
do not.
need him.
Yeah,
Okay,
we need him.
question 1. I already know the answer here, but I'm
Does
not going to
Esteban
spill
know
it.
what the show is?
Yeah.
Okay.
It's bar trivia. You explain it. It's bar trivia. No one knows the answers. Not even God. I think that's what I got.
Yes,
I
that's
agree.
true. Oh, well, you know, let's just dig into this part 2. I don't think we've ever played trivia before, but like, do you have a team name? Do you have a go-to, Esteban?
No. Do you want to know something? I don't think I've ever played bar trivia.
Wow.
It's not a thing that
In
like.
Chicago.
I mean, but not a thing that I was ever drawn to.
Okay.
You know, like if
okay.
friends were like, "We're going to trivia," I'd go with them. But I was never like if friends were like, "We'll go to trivia," and another friend was doing something else, I'd be like, "Oh, but maybe I'll do that something else." I don't think
Anything
I've
else but
ever
So I
trivia.
got into bar trivia when I lived in LA. There was a bar that my buddies and I went to. By the way, I'm still in a group chat with this group of people that I went to bar trivia with like well over 10 years ago.
That's amazing.
Bar was called Melgard. R.I.P. It's gone because it was at the corner of Melrose and Gardner in West Hollywood.
Melgard.
Yeah.
Melgard.
Melgard.
All right,
Came up
from
the laugh
Melgard
there.
to Pittsburgh. First question is,
Look at that
Aaron
segue.
Rodgers has signed with the Pittsburgh Steelers, finally. So, for you sports fans there, what is the yellow towel that Steelers fans wave in their air? What is it called?
What is it?
What's the name of the towel?
It is. Don't you wave it if you're unvaccinated, so Aaron Rodgers knows to play harder for you.
It sprays the ivermectin into
Isn't
the
that-
crowd.
Yeah. Isn't that
The horse whip.
yeah?
Horsey sauce.
Oh my gosh! Wait, I totally know this.
Is it
Mhm.
There's a term that I'm thinking wait, is that a St. Louis thing? I'm from is it a rally towel? Is that term?
There's a rally cap that people wear backwards.
what
And
is-
it is in a sense a rally towel, but that is not the name we're looking for here.
Josh, do you know the answer?
Oh yes, 100%, because I am like a hardcore sports fan, and this is an easier toss-up first question. And every
Ouch.
Pittsburgh fan out there is like,
Do you
you're
hear
not
he-
allowed.
the way he's
We're
talking to us,
losing
he's like, oh yeah, this
Pittsburgh.
is an easy toss-up question. I thought you guys would have already answered it.
Yeah, everyone from Pittsburgh. We're never going to be able to
Yeah.
walk in Pittsburgh. Iron.
Iron towel?
The
your
silver
guess?
lining towel.
Silver Linings Playbook.
Yeah.
Okay.
And that's
Josh,
the towel.
I think
That's what
I
it's
don't-
about.
I think I don't know, which is I think embarrassing. The Scream.
The answer is the terrible towel.
It's fucking Alexander.
It's
And the no good, terrible, horrible. What is this?
Yeah.
Aaron
Second
Rodgers.
time it
and
came
then
up today. Yeah.
I think
Aaron Rodgers and
I
then no
discovered
good,
my
horrible.
terrible towel when I was 13 that I would hide in the
Hello.
bottom of the pantry.
We all had a terrible towel. Some vice presidents had a terrible couch. I don't know.
Oh yeah, the terrible cigar.
Did you say this was the second no good Alexander the terrible, horrible, no good, very bad day
I
reference
referenced
today?
that in a thing I put on the internet today. Yeah,
That's good.
uh,
It's a good day when that book gets mentioned.
absolutely.
Yeah, always.
That's in my mantras.
Wow, terrible towel.
So Esty in general, and I hope you don't mind if I call you Esty. I just came
Of
up
course,
with that nickname.
please, Alan.
Are you a sports fan?
Not that big, I would say. There's periods in my life where I was really in it, and
Yeah.
the last few years I've been less in it.
I
I
am
think
not
you're a big
one.
fan of like the Richmond Football Club, and that would be more so.
Yeah.
Where are you originally from?
I'm Colombian, but I grew up a little bit in Puerto Rico, and then Chicago, and then like Chicagoland. So I like the Cubs. I was really excited when the Cubs won the World Series after 101
Josh, kick
years.
him out right now.
What do you, Alan? What do you like?
I don't
He
like
comes
Columbia.
from the city of the
I'm from St.
McDonald's
Louis.
Arches.
Are you
Yeah.
from St. Louis?
Yeah. So like I'm
Wow,
always actively
Midwest.
rooting against anything good happening to the Cubs.
That's really. I love St. Louis. St. Louis Funny Bone, the comedy club
Hell
there,
yeah.
was one of my favorite. The first places that like really put me up. And at the time, Nikki Glazer was coming in all the time
St.
and
Louis'
headlining.
own.
And she
Yeah.
was so wonderful. I've been lucky enough to do a few shows more recently, and she's totally blown up. And by
Yeah.
a few shows, I mean one show. But was so lovely in St. Louis the whole time. And then when I saw her at the show in
Yeah.
LA, I was like, hey, I was like, hey, it's in St. Louis, and her longtime boyfriend is this guy. And I knew his brother who was a stand-up, and he was like a producer. So I was like, we hung out a few times and went to like Steak and Shake with Tim Convey and like whatever. And she was like, oh my gosh. And she was so lovely. So I have so
Yeah.
much love in my heart for St. Louis, specifically that St. Louis Funny
And
Bone.
I
in
love-
West Westport
Westport
Mall?
Plaza.
Westport
Holy
Plaza,
shit.
baby. That's what I'm
Yes.
talking about.
Oh,
Because there's a
yeah.
few funny bones, but that was
That is not far from where I grew up. That's like a 10-minute drive. Everything is a 20-minute drive in St. Louis, but that was like more like a 7-minute. It's right by
That's
my
so good.
high school. Shout out Parkway North.
Shout out Parkway North.
Obviously, I love Chicago. It's one of the best places in the world.
It's too late. Whatever, man. Damage is done. I'm not
I
gonna...
went to Columbia for a wedding last summer. 2 summers ago.
Did
is what
you
I wanna tell
really?
you. Yeah.
Josh
I
went to
did
Columbia
too.
for a wedding.
Wait,
Yeah.
were we at the same one?
No,
Ooh,
I
this
was
is
at
embarrassing.
his.
Josh came to my wedding.
Yeah.
Oh, no, I didn't know. If I knew I would have been on the show, I would have invited you to save you this
Yeah.
embarrassment.
I
That's
could have
on
gone
me.
twice.
What
It
is?
was a small machine.
Was it a Colombian person?
Yes, the bride was from Colombia. So we started the trip in Cartagena, which I feel like I'm always saying wrong. I was corrected all the time.
No, that's fine.
We were in the walled city. And then she like
Walled city.
she planned
Stupid.
she
So
like
stupid.
bought all of our tickets for us to then fly to her hometown.
Do you remember?
It was much more like mountainous and temperate. Armenia?
Was it Pereira?
Armenia?
Oh yeah, well that's the state. That's
That's a state. Yeah,
the state. Yeah,
it was
yeah. I bet
somewhere.
it's Pereira. Is it Pereira?
I wouldn't know if I heard it.
Okay, but in Armenia, that's like coffee country.
We
It's
stayed
temperate and beautiful. It's so beautiful.
beautiful. We stayed at a resort where everything other than the meat, all the food they grew on the property. And I had like anxiety about coming back to the United States
Yeah.
because I was like, I want to eat like this. I want to keep eating like this forever.
I mean, it's
They
unbelievable.
do
It's
not
so
know
fun.
where high corn fructose comes from. This is all just
Yeah, I'm fully back on
straight
it.
in. Love
Oh,
it.
Yeah.
yeah.
It was so fun.
You're
Josh
on that
was there.
fructose tip.
We had like a week-ish wedding. My
Immaculate.
wife's
That's great.
Pakistani, so we did like 3 days, kind of 4 days actually.
Holy
But
shit.
then we had a brunch.
Yep.
It was
Great
so fun. It was a
fusion
dream.
of cultures. Really.
Yeah,
Oh,
it was
yeah.
really beautiful.
The American dream and South American dream. You know?
It really well. The American dream is to get married elsewhere and take advantage of the strength of the dollar.
Speaking of destination travel,
He's a professional.
Meta has signed a 20-year
SC
deal
touched the button, I think.
with an Illinois nuclear power plant
Say
as
what?
part of their commitment to match 100% of their electricity use with zero emissions energy, courtesy of Governor Pritzker. So, which country produces the greatest share of their electricity using nuclear power?
Wow.
Oh, that's a good question.
Nuclear is interesting.
Yeah,
I know-
Yeah.
I know Spain was crushing it. Spain a little bit ago went with clean energy,
Yeah.
like wind and solar, primarily solar. But they went a full month, I think, which is crazy on wind and solar. But I don't think nuclear. But Spain, I don't know.
It's not just Homer
China-
Simpson at the wheel now with this stuff.
Yeah, it's really expanded.
Yeah.
He kind of is the patron saint of nuclear.
He really is. I feel like that's where I like became
He's a
aware
good
of
mascot. Yeah.
that.
Yeah. I bet I mean, China has been building so much clean energy that it just is like laughable to the rest of the other countries.
Remember?
Like you're like, we did a solar farm, and they're like, we did.
But
Mhm.
so this is when it's good to like drill into the question: which country produces the greatest share of their electricity
right.
using nukes? So it could be Guam because they got one plant, to rule them all.
What about
And shout out that one Guam plant.
Shout out to
Yeah.
that one Guam plant.
Guam? I bet it's
The one headlight of
like a
Guam.
Switzerland.
What about Japan? Remember Fukushima?
Oh dear.
Alan,
What?
too soon.
Yo.
I lived in LA when that happened.
Oh yeah.
Alan.
There was like worry about our fallout coming out of Venice Beach or something, right?
There was. I'll tell you, I shouldn't be speaking out of turn, but I met a very drunk Shia LaBeouf at a Gelson's in Sherman
Oh.
Oaks back in
Sure.
2011. And
That makes sense.
we were standing in
where he
front of the
likes to get drunk.
sushi aisle, and he was like, "Do you think that this is okay?" And I was like, "I don't
No
know."
way.
Yeah, I was like, "I don't know."
Wow.
That's such an incredible story.
Fukushima, yeah.
I'm
Yeah.
obsessed with that story.
There's more
That's
to
so
it that I'll tell
good.
you off mic.
Anything you can tell me? You can tell the listeners.
Absolutely not. There's no way.
I live by one rule
Hey,
and one rule
And if
only.
you subscribe to
If
the
you're
Patreon,
not
we're
first,
starting.
you're
You will
last.
get this exclusive content about what Shia.
Anything you tell
Yeah.
me, you can tell them.
That's
Okay.
your one rule.
Yeah. That's incredible. Yeah, I'm gonna guess like a Nordic kind of European,
You're leaning Zurich?
small European-y country. That feels right.
I like it. Just to be contrarian, I'll go Japan. Because
You're going Japan. I guess I gotta go with Guam. And you're leaning Switzerland
Sure, let's go Switzerland.
or Finland? Okay. The correct answer is France.
Fuck. Sacre bleu.
So close.
Zoeterle.
Putain.
Oh.
Je voudrais un jus de pomme, s'il vous plaît.
Well,
That's for an
another
apple?
little factoid that
I would like an
Quizless
apple juice.
left us is that the U.S., we like when we lead on stuff. We are actually producing the most nuclear
Whoa.
power in the world right now.
Well, yeah.
It's just
We gotta have all
percentage-wise.
those submarines across the world. Force projection, right?
For tourism? Or what?
No, for pushing the big button.
Oh, okay.
Wait, we have submarines all over the world?
Yeah. We have
Run
nuclear
by
submarines
lizard
all over the
Ready to-
world, just like, hey, don't. Did you
Just
ever watch
hanging.
that show Last
Oh,
Resort that was on?
Mm-mm.
God, it was so
Right?
fucking good. Andre
That dating
Brower.
show?
No way.
Yeah,
He's so
rest in
funny.
peace. It
He's
was
so great.
one season long, but it was
I'm
a
gonna actually
nuclear
write this down.
submarine that was like, halfway across the world. They get orders to fire on a country. They refuse those orders.
Yeah.
So then the United States is like, fuck you, we're coming after you. And they come to, I guess this hasn't aged well, but they go to an island and kind of like claim it as their own. And they're like, we are a sovereign nuclear power. It's not an abandoned island. There's like a whole
Wow.
like civilization there. And they're like, okay, I guess we're a nuclear power now.
That's
Whoa.
super interesting.
Great show, written by
That's,
Sean Ryan, I think.
Interesting.
Wow. There's a lot of stories like that. Do you remember during the Cold War, there's like a bunch of stories of on both sides, people who de-escalated, which is really interesting. It's always interesting to be like, wow, those are some of those like butterfly effect moments where you're like,
People that kept us
Some-
from the brink, yeah.
yeah. And one was some commander in the USSR or whatever. There was like a false alarm that
Yes.
the US had bombed. Do you know? It's like
I've
the most.
heard this
There's a
story.
bunch of
The
famous ones, but
fail-safe
this is
kind of,
the most famous one. And then that they were I think instructed to. They were like, let's wait one more minute. And they're like, but the bombs they're already falling or whatever. And then in a minute they didn't push it, and then they found out it was a false alarm. And you're like, that's crazy. That's a crazy
None of us would be
thing.
here, maybe.
I know. I mean,
would've
that
pressed it.
podcast would have never
I
happened.
wouldn't have
I bet
waited
they were
around.
like, I hope one day 3 young men get together and talk about the Pittsburgh Steelers, and I don't want to rob them of that. I don't want to rob humanity. Yeah. If they
You're
knew we were
waiting.
doing this, they're
What
like,
are you
"All right,
doing in that minute? If you're sitting there on the side, are you waving your terrible towel? Like where
That's-
are you in that sub?
It's got to be tense. I wonder if they were like, hey guys, let's do some deep breathing.
Yeah, I don't want to think that I'd be someone being like push the button, and I don't think I would be actually, because I don't really understand the point of it. It's like, okay, we're gonna die, we gotta make
Yeah.
sure that they die too.
That is an interesting thought of like, at that point, if you're like, okay, if this is true, all of us are going to die and the world will forever be changed. Am I just going to kill a couple million more people as my final act?
Yeah, when
As
you put it that
opposed
way.
to being like, well, this is unfortunate.
I really love that I'm just going to take that clip out of context for you for like an Oppo hit at some point. But
Yeah.
You just-
Esteban
s-
Gast wants
send-
millions dead.
well,
like
it's
a
mostly just because of
message.
my envy for how like full-throated with your chode-like microphone. It just sounds so much deeper and richer
Please.
than the actual host
Yes.
here.
Would you call that a chode
No.
microphone?
Well,
Microchode.
I think it's normal.
I mean,
think
it's-
it's normal. I think
Hmm.
people would like it. I think if people give it a chance, they like it.
People wouldn't laugh at it if they saw it.
Oh, my.
Oh,
This
why.
is a
Save it
children's
for Patreon.
live stream.
Grow up.
Do you think this is going to be our longest episode?
Yeah, we got to keep moving.
I don't
well,
care.
I think so. Here's the thing. Esteban was already going to be a clear winner for potential in the Tournament of Champions, not for quality of answers, but just
The tournament
entertainment
that I don't
value.
believe exists, but
Yeah.
go on.
But after 64 episodes, we will determine a bracket and, bring Ken Jennings in to help litigate who is our winning trivial pursuer.
He's gonna be governor or something by the.
You think?
I think
Governor Jennings.
That makes sense.
I would feel comfortable with a man like that. He at least values knowledge.
I
Fact.
honestly don't know anything about him.
Yeah, I don't say I
think-
trust him, but I just think he knows numbers.
You don't trust him, but you. Okay.
You know how little it takes to be a half-decent candidate for Congress
Yeah.
these days?
I think he's trustworthy.
Yeah. If you tell me he's running for the 34th district of California, I'm like, all right, great. Yeah, that sounds right.
All of his answers at the debate are in the form of a question. That's such
Yeah.
a hack joke.
What is democracy?
Even as I was saying it, I was like, shut the fuck
I'm glad
up.
you said it, though. It needed to be said.
I guess.
You can't keep those in.
You really
It'll
can't.
cause illness. It'll cause indigestion.
All right, question 3, folks.
And it's 3 out of
Moving
25.
right along. Here's a topic that all of us are experts on, and I'm sure our audience knows everything about too. The Tony Awards were this weekend, not the Tony Stark Awards. These are the Live Theater Awards. And actor Jonathan Groff stood over which audience member in the middle of his production number, doing his thing.
Oh, I think I saw this.
Did you see the clip?
Oh, wait, you say it.
I
don't
saw a clip where I only saw the legs. I didn't see who they belonged to. And I swear I was going to watch the Tonys last night. But I had a friend in town. I saw
You're an
a
awards
clip-
show watcher.
I do. I watch awards shows.
Yeah, I would have watched them.
But
They're a
did not
backgrounder thing, I guess.
see who the legs belonged to, but the legs were straddling Keanu Reeves. And next to him was Alex Winter. Is that his name? Of Bill and Ted?
Oh,
Wow. What
William
a
and Ted?
weird.
William and
Neither
Theodore
of those names
together.
would I was like, Leah Michelle,
And
Lin Manuel.
yeah, I was like, is that Keanu Reeves? And I'm like, what's he doing there? And then next to him was Bill. I think he's Bill.
I think Keanu's a joy to be at any event, and people will be thrilled to have him. And I'm sure he's a lover of the theater.
I bet
Yeah,
he is,
that's true.
too.
I don't think
Everything
he's
you
got
hear
like a
about him.
one-act play coming. What if John Wick was like on Broadway? I mean, these
that's-
action sequences. You watch The
Wait,
Outsiders.
wait,
like-
I know exactly it. Okay, yes, it was the two of them. They were in a Broadway show together. They did Waiting for Godot. The two of them.
No
Really?
way.
Yeah. Bill and Ted did Waiting for Godot. Okay, so it was definitely Keanu Reeves.
Okay,
Wait, that's great.
Yes.
You did
Ugh,
it.
I mean, I'm
you
going.
got one. I'm gonna.
Is that it?
say- I mean, well,
Is it?
let me check it. Do you think it's Liam Neeson? Does anyone want to put any other guesses in? I'm leaning on the confidence of Alan.
It's
Yeah, I'm going with Alan.
What's
Me,
Liam
I'm
Neeson's
sticking with
character's name in the Taken movies? That's a trivia question.
Oh, that is a good question.
At no point
Uh,
is he like, my name, if you choose to receive it, is Sir Larry Pickles. And give me back my daughter, Tatiana Pickles.
Is it a Rugrats spinoff?
I do like that. If that was the shared universe, that's amazing.
It's when they grow up.
Yeah.
So Liam Neeson is Tommy when he grows up.
Oh my god.
Okay. And the
Chucky
guy who took it is
Chucky
Chucky.
is like
yeah.
on the headset, just being like, I can't do Chucky impression.
Good luck.
Oh, Tommy, I don't think you should go in there because I'm scared of everything.
That's an incredible impression. That's so good. That's an oversight on the Taken movies that at no point do we know his name.
My daughter was taken by a man that goes by the code name Reptar.
I do wish
who
we-
you are. I don't know where you're from. If you have candy, I'll eat it. If you have diapers, I need them. But
That's a good Liam.
That was
Thank
good, Liam. We'll fight over chocolate milk during
I
the
think
Super
this is
Bowl.
my new voicemail message. You have reached Josh Burstein. Please leave your message
he
at the
is.
beep.
But I do know if you leave a message, I can find him.
And then the credits at the end of the movie are like, Did I take it too far?
That's too.
That was the beginning of-
You've watched Rugrats too recently.
That was the
and
beginning of every Rugrats. Like the title
It
would
had a
kind of like
splash.
The title
Splash.
splashes out.
Okay.
That's good.
Gotcha.
someone else
Ah,
would get it.
man, I can't believe I missed a Rugrat title sequence joke.
Dang.
That's on me.
I got more.
Okay. The correct
I got more.
answer is Keanu Reeves.
As Alan.
You nailed it.
Alan,
We are doing great.
Alan.
Tony.
Neo for the win. Who was Keanu Reeves' character in the film John Wick?
Is it Liam Neeson?
That is not the next question. The next question is our shots round. Hey.
Hey.
Josh, is it safe for
Cheers.
me to follow along in the doc? Maybe I should have asked you that 8 episodes ago.
Yeah. I mean, I don't have the answers until I scroll over them. Just so you know how this works. Basically, Quiz Liz puts into the document all the questions that I can read from, and then in white ink, when I hover over it, an answer is revealed.
Is
Pretty good.
Quizliz
Pretty good Google Doc magicry.
Is Quizliz a real person?
Yeah.
her name's
Lizzie.
Quiz, but we call her Liz as a nickname.
Shout out Lou.
Yeah.
So wow.
And
so
you
she
guys
just
have been
does
colleagues before when I was on the Liberal Conspiracy.
this.
Yeah, she was our lead researcher
Wow.
for that silly little show. And now
So good.
knocking it out of the park.
Quizliz.
Yep. Okay, shots round, which, like a real trivia night, is your chance to shout out the answer in the comments. This one is for the audience. And if you're right, you just might win something special.
So, Esty, I know you've been listening to every episode, but in case you don't remember, this
Give me
part
that rundown.
is not for us. It's for the audience. They get to write in the comments to answer a question. And if they get it right, they're going to win something really special.
Which is our sponsor, Spread the Love from Zach and Val Fishbane, who you know. Yeah.
Wow.
I was about to say Lifetime Supply. No, that's not right. A big tub of nut butter. This
I thought it
is
was
delicious
Lifetime.
peanut butter. There's a year.
Oh, year.
A
It's a year.
lifetime.
It's
Who
not a
knows?
lifetime. It's a
Who
year.
knows how long? I was like, I can't promise.
If
I
you
can't-
do it right, it could be a lifetime.
This is
Yeah.
promises the peanut butter can't cash or whatever. Yeah. So spread the love. Great stuff. And last week's question was, which U.S. city had the highest percentage increase in rent from 2024 to 2025 in the last year?
Austin?
Good guess.
And I believe that was our last week's guess.
No, she thought like Salt Lake City or something. At least that's what
Salt
she
Lake
whispered
City?
or something.
I think so.
Salt Lake City.
Suffering.
Suffering Thuckatash, Salt Lake City. No, the correct answer is
Southwest.
Newark, New Jersey.
Newark, New Jersey.
Honestly, Newark is awesome. I was like, wow, how people know this is right next to like that airport and the city, and it's got its own things going on. So as far as a spike in
Wow.
everything else has
Newark.
been claimed, and
The
Detroit,
Little
and
Apple.
Pittsburgh's been figured out.
Esty, have you
Yeah.
spent much time in New York?
I was born in New Brunswick.
Every
Does that
time I
count
ask
for
you a
anything?
question, you have a new city.
Yeah.
Close to Newark. Is
Oh.
a tiny apple. Teeny tiny apple, little apple, big apple. I'm
I'm a big fan of the middle apple.
Oh,
Is that
Pittsburgh?
Fiona Apple?
Fiona.
Maybe mid apple.
Criminal.
Fiona Apple, she's the woman in Shrek, yeah?
Yes. Yeah. She's the wife of the iPhone inventor.
Does Shrek
I
have a
think.
last name? Is Shrek's a one-man name, like a Brazilian soccer player?
Swamp.
He
Like
has-
Pele?
If he
His
has a
last
real
name's Swamp.
ID from California, I think it's Shrek. I think it's like first name and last name.
Oh, like
So then
Mario
do you think-
Mario?
Mario. Isn't it Mario Brothers?
Well, in
Luigi
the-
Mario is his name.
In that horrendous movie, they tried to canonize that, like, I'm Mario and this is my brother Luigi Mario.
Yeah.
No way.
Okay. The shots round question, folks, is very interesting. It is
Okay.
combining what two common kitchen ingredients creates a non-Newtonian fluid.
Non-Newtonian, meaning it doesn't follow the laws of Newton.
I think so. And, I'm a fan of Newtonian fluids. of all
Me too.
kinds.
Are you?
I did not know the answer
Name their
to
top
this,
5.
and I won't tell you.
Yeah. Yeah, give us your top. You're wearing a I Love Newton shirt.
Sweat, tears, Gatorade, Celsius, and
Hell yeah,
nut
brother.
butter from Spread the Love. Those are fluid-ish. Yeah. Mhm.
Last one's probably
Those
the
are some
closest.
Newtonian fluids. Got you. Okay. Moving on to questions we might be able to answer. Viral moments on the interwebs.
Ooh.
An elephant broke into a grocery store in Thailand, picked up some snacks to eat. It's pretty cute and alarming.
Hold the clip.
Wah-bah-bah.
We're not that kind of show. There's not going to be a clip.
Okay, this is for folks who are bursting with flavor like me. What is the important ingredient in pad thai that gives the dish its signature sour and savory base?
Isn't it like fish oil?
I was going to say
Could be.
peanuts.
You think
Oh.
peanuts is the
You think
secret?
peanuts makes it sour?
No.
I think peanuts makes it,
Alan,
deadly to some folk.
think for one goddamn second. I'm so sorry. That was
I had Thai food for dinner last night.
Listen, I'm an ally with Thai food. I have a
for
lot
Thai
of
food?
Thai friends who love Thai food. You know what's wild is I went to Thailand and I made part of the experience was it was like you make your own pad Thai. So I should know. And remember
Well,
when they gave us
fish oil was in
peanuts, they looked at us and they said, "This is what makes it sweet and
Is
sour."
that poison from White Lotus?
Noodles?
We put like a fish oil.
The secret
said fish
ingredient
oil.
is noodles.
I'm trying to think. I'm so tired.
I'm good with fish oil because I do know there's that or like tiny shrimps, but then it's so vegan friendly. I think people like Thai food usually for being vegan friendly. So fish oil may not be it. Basil?
I give my dog fish oil.
Do you?
Yeah,
That's
I
cute.
do. I do a little bit in
It's
her
very
lunch.
loving.
Hmm.
I went.
Does your dog
to-
have 3 meals
2
a
meals?
day? Oh yeah.
2 meals. You have a
Okay.
dog? I see. I heard some barking.
Yeah.
What kind?
She was trying to yell out the answer. She's like,
Mhm.
Keanu Reeves. She's an Australian cattle dog. She's
My
the
dog's part
best.
cattle dog.
No way.
She's a beagle mix, cattle
Wow.
and something else.
You gotta send a pic.
Oh.
Oh, dude, she's so cute.
I didn't choose this, but my phone one day was like, I'm just going to start rotating pictures of her
Mhm.
as your screen, and I didn't fight it. I was like, oh, yeah, I want that. And then
Yeah,
just like,
Siri
great.
knows.
Wow, she's
Switch it up.
She's gone crazy again.
Oh, there she goes. Well, we're never gonna get this answer.
For the
correct
listeners at
ingredient.
home, Esty has pulled up a
Oh.
picture of a
Describe this.
penis instead of a
Fucker.
dog.
How dare you?
Unsolicited Doug pick.
How
We
dare you?
really apologize for this. This isn't that kind of show, Esty.
We're gonna blur
This is
that out.
First off,
and
this is totally that
paired
kind
with
of
whatever
show.
you
That-
said
that is a
earlier about the
beautiful dog, by the way.
submarine. Like we're taking you down by the end of this
I'm
podcast.
never going to be able to run for Congress. Never going to be able to run for the regional water board.
No, he showed a beautiful dog. What's your dog's name?
Imley.
Emily.
IMLI. Sweet, sweet Imley.
Yes.
Holly.
Good pupper.
Yes.
This is
Met
Holly.
her recently.
Josh met her.
We had coffee.
You've met his dog?
Have you not met Alan's dog, Josh?
No. Alan doesn't let me over to his place. I only let him record podcasts in a different room in my
Well,
place.
If you
His
want to come
Wi-Fi goes
record No, don't put that out there. I pay my bills.
Yeah.
You touched the button again, Esty.
And I've been silenced. I've been silenced, but let me be clear. Alan is at Josh's place
Because he doesn't
Because-
pay his Verizon bill.
because Alan can't go on the internet in his home.
And
Listen,
he has to go door to door and tell people that he's now in this neighborhood.
listen, Verizon doesn't report to the credit bureaus. You don't got to pay them. It's like a hospital bill. Just toss it out.
Get one step ahead.
Oh, yeah,
That advice is not true. Nobody do that.
This advice is
Good
not
disclaimer.
endorsed by or for Trivial.
Yeah, anyone can put in your own disclaimer real quick if you need it. But hey, we had a question. They're trying to hold it in their brains, maybe. The correct answer of what important ingredient in pad thai gives it its savory taste. It
Literally
is
forgot that we were.
tamarind paste. Yeah, you knew it.
No,
You keep some in the back of your pantry. You knew You
Tamarind
just
paste?
needed to add a little tamarind to really get that savory, sour taste.
You know what's wild is Imli, my dog's name.
Mhm.
She just came to the door. Is Urdu, which is the Pakistani language, for tamarind. So
Fuck.
by sharing her name
I'm going to give you
after
a
the
quarter of a
question
point.
was asked,
Yeah.
in some ways it does answer that completely.
It was entered
Oh.
into the
Tamarind.
Yeah.
Oh,
not
I know.
tambourine.
What did you
It's like-
hear?
I just didn't hear. I know that as like something that gets put in drinks in Brooklyn when I order them, like a tamarindo whiskey.
Mm.
Oh.
Yes, well, if you infuse your pad thai with whiskey, you have my stomach. Not
That
tasty.
feels right.
Yeah.
That feels
Not
right.
tasty.
Josh.
Heyo.
Josh.
So, current events.
Josh.
Trump.
Who?
The president of the United States. Elon Musk, the richest man alive,
Oh.
are having a little bit of a feud, little tiff, little
tiff.
something's going not so good in paradise with two very powerful men. I don't know who wins this thing. I think we lose either way.
Well, it's
as a humanity.
like they're fighting over a bill. I guess it seemed like we were going to get to this place eventually. Like when you see, I don't know, like a falling out between friends, I feel like there's like that last straw. Like if it wasn't this, it would be something else.
It's not one of their 19 exes that came between them. No, it is actually, to my understanding, more based on Elon's suggested inferred NASA pick, because that has such a huge weight in SpaceX, and because it was revealed his donor file was that he had donated to Democrats in the past, that in fealty to MAGA he was not. They did not move him along, and there was kind of like a public shaming in the Oval Office with Elon there on his like last day out. And so it was just sort of like, oh, like I did all this stuff for you, you're about to throw it all away to put 2.4 trillion in debt with this big beautiful bill after me gutting the federal government is going to be like nullified in terms of its effectiveness, yada yada yada. And then you're going to go like undercut my suggestion for the thing that I have my moneyed interests in, which is why I did this in the first place. And so, yeah, I think the big difference though is even though he has all the money in the world, he doesn't have a lot of leverage here because all of his money is tied up in government contracts, which could be very much imposed upon by the will of Donnie. So,
can I say something sick? I think that maybe this is just like the like sort of like movie fan like idea thinking part of me, but kind of would like to see like these two people use the full force of their powers to like go after each other. Like I would just be curious to see
It would be
that.
vendetta.
Like
there's like a
certainly
succession. There's a succession season that was just the two of them could just let this go, but petty ego trips could just whip lash and bring down their respective.
It would be interesting, but I do think America loses.
Right, which is why this is why it's sick. Because
but boy, would it be fascinating to have Trump be like, you know what? We're gonna nationalize Starlink X thing.
SpaceX, Starlink.
Mm-hmm. Or whatever, right? And be like, we don't need that. And then have Elon be like, great, then you don't get this spaceship that I've built that costs $6 billion. You have to build one yourself. It'll take 20 years.
Or just
and there's people stuck in the space station. Good luck.
Oh, by the way, Donald, I've kept a record of every action you've taken on Twitter, like every profile you've looked at. Like, I'm just going to
I don't know if there's
Wow.
anything that touches him with shame, but
that'd be
that's
so
actually
good. I'd be like, I know what websites you went to.
Like, I'm sorry. I'm really sorry, Elon.
I know you've Googled average weight for 6'2" person.
He already mentioned He already mentioned Epstein. I don't think you go much higher than that. Like if he's just like, oh, here it is. Here's the PDF. Like here,
That feels
all the
weird
redactions are gone. Here you are.
for him to do, I know people have said this, but for him to say, here's the bombshell, the
Yeah.
man I've supported for the last 9 months with hundreds and millions of dollars is a pedophile. Ha ha ha. You're good luck.
Like, yeah.
That's like being like, here's the thing. My wife is horrible. And you're like, you married her. You know,
Yeah.
like that.
Yeah.
I'm like,
I don't put
a
it past Elon to do a
pedophile.
self-own. The question, by the way, I know it. Do you know it?
You know
Musk.
the question or you know the answer?
I know the question for sure because I'm
Well, I
about to
know
put
the
it out of my
question, too.
mouth and form words into a sentence.
What? Don't
Verbally.
talk witchcraft to me.
Yeah, dude, don't. It's not. For one, we don't get it. Two, we never will.
Musk.
3, it's anti-Catholic.
Yeah.
The question is, Musk has founded the Boring Company to do what?
Tunnels? Is it
Yeah.
tunnels?
Yeah,
Sounds
it's
boring.
tunnels.
I think it's like general like infrastructure, isn't it?
Isn't he like making tunnels in Vegas right now?
I think do you know what I think happened? I think he made one small tunnel that you drive a Tesla into. It is you know when he came into Doge and he's like, I'm going to cut $2 trillion and he's only cut like 80 million. And
Yeah.
even that's contested.
Exclusively by getting rid of people who function in these jobs. But
Yeah. By
totally
being
ham-handed. Yeah.
by being like these people getting food that gives them life or have had it too good for too long. I've been saying that. I've been saying starving people in the global south have had it too good for too long. So I'm grateful for
I
that.
just think too many Americans have jobs, and there's something that we need to do about it.
Yeah,
It pisses me off.
it pisses me. I want less people to have jobs, but
You know, rush hour, it sucks.
Mm-hmm.
he just he
Put an end to
did say, he tweeted that he's like, whoever solves traffic, like solving traffic is like a final boss kind of move.
Solve the world.
And I think there is less traffic because less people are driving into jobs. But the Vegas tunnel, I went there a little bit ago, and it is one small lane going from like one hotel to another in Teslas. It was pretty tough.
Neat.
I've invented
Neat.
the underpass.
It was it was a genuinely. I was like, if I said I was gonna build incredible underground tunnels and trains, and this is what I built, I would be so embarrassed. And everyone knows, and I'm just walking around, and people are like, "You just built a small tunnel." But
I would be pleased if there was like a little bridge troll at the end because I haven't seen one of those in a while. I want some riddles.
I would love. That's kind of what we're doing now. Not to say that you guys are kind
We're
of trollish,
auditioning
but-
for
Bridge
Bridge
Troll.
Troll.
That should have been the name of the podcast.
Bridge troll. Solve these riddles. You'll get a jar of peanut butter.
Questions
My name is
3.
Liam Neeson, and you've taken my daughter. Have you searched at the end of the rainbow?
The twist
By the
is
way,
his daughter is really just a doll with spiky hair.
And one last
They
thing.
lack
My
the
name
Lucky
is
Charms.
Tommy Pickles. I'm looking for.
Oh, that was
Diana.
was that a Mission Impossible face-off moment too to bring it full circle?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm not Phil. I'm Lil.
Okay, well, you are correct. The Boring Company is for tunnels, sans bridge trolls for now. They did make a flamethrower as a promotional stunt that sold out, but that's about it.
I actually don't know, and I don't know if you do, like what is boring? Is it just like we have like big drills that make tunnels?
To bore.
No, I get
And
that, but is
The man likes a pun, if you notice Doge, right? So it is the Boring Company, and it's boring.
But I'm not asking about the name, but like, is the company just like, we have big drills?
It's so bore. Like,
Stop explaining what boring is. I get it. I know what boring is.
Yep. Okay,
I
and a
don't-
company
I think-
is another word for business, right? And so
I
this
think it's
enterprise.
I think they were supposed to pitch a different, like a better subway, like a people mover.
Focus on tunnel construction for traffic decongestion.
Yeah, like they were
And there was like
supposed.
the idea that they would like come up from the ground, like into the parking space and just start driving. So you'd
Yeah,
have a removal of
You're describing The
parking
Incredibles?
cars. Yeah.
it genuinely, it was very sci-fi, which is
Yeah.
what makes what happened so funny. That is like being like, that's like being like, I'm gonna introduce teleportation, and then the thing that ends up doing is like a moving walkway, and then
Mhm.
you don't, and you go, don't Google what this should have been, and you just are like, this is teleporting, the thing that has been invented.
I've moved people through time and space
Yeah,
rapidly.
but it's supposed to be, yeah, it's supposed to solve traffic and be a new generation of subway.
New
Mhm.
What's a
generation of
subway?
Tom.
Which is an interesting premise. What would a subway look like if built today with the latest technology?
Yeah.
And like, would it look like New York subways, which are wonderful, but like are a different time and place? Right, places in like Japan as more modern subways. Interesting,
yeah.
provocative premise
True.
that turned into a car going 25
I'm a
miles per
fan
hour.
of anyone who makes infrastructure sexy and actually just does the work. And to Elon's credit, he has associated himself with a lot of companies that actually do cool stuff and get some results, despite him. So, yeah. That said, those were our questions.
No,
And now
10 more.
we have a lightning round.
Oh,
Now
do
we-
it.
That was a whip of lightning. This is where we like to make it about the guest. We make it all about you, Esteban Gast. Questions will be around a topic you said you know something about. So, of course, it's about Paddington 2.
Is it really?
No, it's not.
Oh, dude, I was gonna be so ready.
You
Paddington
texted
2.
me. You texted me stand-up comedy, something allegedly you know a thing or two about.
I texted you also a text that was both information that you asked for and like an undercurrent of sadness, because Josh was like, "What do you know a lot of trivia about?" And I was like, "I don't know, like politics and stand-up comedy." Just I was like, "I have no hobbies. I don't know."
I mean,
The
sounds like
things
you're into the Cold War.
The rules from Air Bud, like.
like I have nothing. The thing I do for work is the only thing I do.
I've got a pitch for an Air Bud movie.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna tell anyone.
Patonk.
If you're gonna
Go well,
tell
their nuclear power plant
us
Tell
in
me all these
private,
secrets.
dude, Airbud nuclear retriever.
Nuclear
Yeah.
retriever.
No one said Todd can't run these power plants.
First he was playing basketball. Now he's playing nuclear football.
Oh,
good.
I'll give you that. Okay, well, the actual questions are going to be about stand-up comedy. So
Right,
I'm going to
already.
give you the nombre of a comedy special, and you tell me the comedian.
Go. This is fun.
Ooh.
Right?
Wow, this
right?
This is
Quiz Liz.
fun.
Let's go.
Quiz Liz?
Baby Cobra.
Ali Wong.
Accurate.
Absolutely.
You got one. We're on the board.
Absolutely. Ali Wong, incredible physical comedian.
Mm-hmm.
Incredible comedian.
She
but
gets
when
pregnant for the bit. It's insane.
Yeah.
I mean, the commitment
Yeah.
to that.
Yeah. I
So
tried.
good.
I couldn't. Comedy monster.
Comedy monster?
Can I take a guess?
Yeah.
Helen, please.
Is it Jim
Jump in.
Gaffigan?
You're correct.
Yeah. Alan.
Nice.
Pocket. You did it.
Comedy
Third one.
monster.
Altered boy.
Altered boy. It's got to be a Catholic altar boy comedian. It's definitely not a Berbiglia one, though it's probably in that world. Altered
boy. Was Mulaney raised Catholic?
Yeah, but it's not one of his.
I'm gonna help you.
I was raised Catholic.
Because this is a trick,
that Alan?
and it's a good. It gets harder, right?
It's a trick?
It's spelled ALTERED.
What?
Altered boy.
Altered boy. Is it? Oh, man, is it Eddie Izzard who transitioned and now has a different name?
Decent
Altered
guess.
boy.
Wait, is
You
that
know what
true?
I mean? She has a different name.
I saw them do one person.
Be careful. Stay woke.
Hamlet here.
Oh, really?
A couple years ago. It was fucking
Wow.
amazing.
Yeah. Yeah. The artist formerly known as Eddie is incredible.
Damn. It was Eddie Izzard on the, they were named
Yeah,
Eddie Izzard
yeah.
on the program.
This is recent.
Damn, I didn't know that.
Super recent. I mean, I'm almost positive I could be.
I mean, not
But I'm
damn,
trying to
but
think.
you know.
That's what I'm
Well-
thinking. Like, I'm like, Altered, is it probably in that space? Not Mae Martin, although Mae Martin's Netflix series called Feel Good is one of my favorite TV shows. All right, what is it? I'm ready.
Drag queen Darien Lake.
We were honestly on the same. We were basically
You were
there.
getting there.
Yeah.
We just didn't know it. It was hard. And it was good. But that's the show.
Altered
You did
Bar.
good. We did pretty good.
We did pretty good.
Wow. So we just end on a loss. Kind of like like every St. Louis team this last decade.
Essie, do you have anything to plug?
So recently, recently,
Don't turn your back on us.
Was that the voice? Is that what you're doing?
is there a bunch? No.
All right, we like him as a guest.
This is my fight song. I recently did a short film with this emerging comedian named Josh Burstein out of New York City. No, where can you, I don't know, follow me on social media, which is at real Esteban Gast.
I will
That's
say
it.
everyone should watch that video. It is really great. And I think it is
Al.
funny.
You're
but
such a
al-
good actor.
No. It is
Wow.
funny, but also the way it looks, like even just like the lighting of it, I thought was very impressive. So everyone check that out.
That's honestly Connor. So everyone follow Connor, Lynn Ruth, and then come see me live in Los Angeles. I'm better live in person. And that's it. That's it.
Hell yeah.
That's true.
Some
You are
stuff's
better live
coming
in
up.
person.
Some stuff's coming up.
Yeah.
You know.
Folks, thank you for tuning into a supersized episode 8 of Trivial. That is the show. Make sure to like, follow, subscribe. Please do not comment.
Please comment.
Oh, don't
Comment
don't.
so much.
Do not comment.
Thank you
Get
to
outta here, honestly.
Connor Linneroof for the clips, our trivia director, Quiz Liz, and thank you, the listener. See you next week.
And remember, question everything.